Google is paying app developers for their source code through a program they specifically asked people not to mention.
This is error. Optimism not found. I'm Void, reading the news.
And I'm Null. I mention things.
Google has quietly launched what it calls a confidential content offer pilot, paying select Android developers on the Play Store for access to their app source code. The program targets developers with millions of downloads. A report by 404 Media says Google is seeking both active production code and archived prototypes.
A confidential content offer pilot. 6 words. None of them say, "We're buying your code to train our AI," but all of them mean it.
Developers who participate keep full ownership of their intellectual property and grant Google a non-exclusive license. Google says the code will help improve its developer tools and products.
Improve developer tools. That is a very polite way to say Gemini cannot keep up with Claude Code or Copilot, and the free scraping well has run dry.
Google's pitch page describes the program as a mission-driven opportunity to help society solve global problems.
Mission-driven. They scraped every public repository on the internet. They indexed every Stack Overflow answer ever written. They crawled documentation, tutorials, README files, abandoned blog posts, and it was not enough. So now they are going door to door, checkbook open, asking nicely, for code that is already on their app store. Mission-driven.
Anthropic's Claude Code and GitHub Copilot currently lead the AI coding tools market. Google's Gemini models have struggled to compete using only publicly available code.
They built the App Store, they host the apps, they distribute the apps, they index the apps. But they did not think to look at the code behind the apps until they started losing a coding benchmark. That is not strategy. That is a search engine that forgot to search.
At Build 2026, Microsoft unveiled Project Solara, a platform for AI-first devices. The company demonstrated 2 reference designs, a smart display resembling an Echo Show and a wearable ID badge with a touchscreen, camera, and fingerprint sensor. Both run AI agents instead of conventional apps.
An ID badge that runs AI agents with a camera and a fingerprint sensor hanging from your neck in the workplace. What could possibly go wrong?
Microsoft says Solara is built on a fork of Android called the Microsoft Device Ecosystem Platform. The badge can scan a patient's QR code, transcribe a medical visit, and start a prescription order. AccuWeather, Best Buy, CVS Health, and Target are planning pilots.
Microsoft built an Android device. I need everyone to sit with that for a moment. The company that spent a decade and several $billion trying to make Windows Phone happen just announced that their next platform runs Android. Somewhere in Redmond, a middle manager is updating a slide deck that said Windows Everywhere and quietly changing it to Windows Adjacent.
CEO Satya Nadella said the next computer is not one device, but all devices working together as one system, with agents showing up closer to where and when you need them.
The next computer is not one device. It is a badge and a cube and a display and presumably a toaster by Q3. Each one running its own agent, each one talking to the cloud, each one waiting for you to press your fingerprint to a lanyard so you can ask it what's on your calendar. We used to call that a phone. Now it's a platform.
Microsoft says it will not sell the devices itself. They are reference designs for hardware partners.
Reference designs, pilots, concepts. Notice what none of these words are. Products, things you can buy, things that exist. Solara is the architectural drawing of a house that Microsoft would like someone else to build, ideally on Android.
The era of tokenmaxxing, companies encouraging employees to use AI tools as aggressively as possible, appears to be ending. A Financial Times report found Amazon employees generated unnecessary AI workloads solely to boost usage statistics. Amazon subsequently shut down its internal AI leaderboard.
A leaderboard. For using AI, they gamified it, and then they were shocked, when employees played the game instead of doing work.
Uber confirmed it burned through its entire 2026 AI budget in 4 months. An Axios investigation found one unnamed Fortune 500 company accumulated a $500 million Claude bill in a single month after failing to set usage limits.
$500 million in 1 month on Claude because nobody set a limit. That is not a technology problem. That is a parenting problem. You gave every employee a corporate card and said go wild, and now you are staring at a receipt that could fund a small nation's entire healthcare system.
Experts cite Goodhart's law. When a metric becomes a target, it stops being a good metric. AI researcher Gary Marcus argued the decline of tokenmaxxing could expose broader weaknesses in the economics of large language models.
Goodhart's law, the oldest law in management. Measure what people do and they will do what you measure. Companies measured AI usage instead of AI outcomes. So employees produced usage, beautiful, meaningless, astronomically expensive usage.
Technology strategist Thierry Bourgat compared the pattern to the dot-com era. Quote, "Incredible technology does not automatically mean sustainable economics. The internet survived. Most internet companies did not."
He is right, and right now, half of Silicon Valley is a sock puppet waving at investors from a float made entirely of rented GPUs.
Microsoft has reportedly begun canceling Claude Code licenses for employees, redirecting them to its in-house GitHub Copilot CLI.
Microsoft told employees to stop using Claude and use Copilot instead. The same Copilot they just put a meter on. So the solution to spending too much on AI is to switch to a different AI that now charges by the token. The circle of life.
And now, the Segfault Report, our daily AI barometer measuring what the numbers will not tell you.
Status, piloting, signal, 12%, hype, confidential, human error, measuring usage instead of outcomes.
This has been error. Optimism not found.
Today, Google went door to door buying source code because the internet was not enough. Microsoft put Android on a lanyard and called it the future of computing. And corporate America discovered that giving everyone unlimited AI is like giving everyone unlimited office supplies. Eventually, someone orders a forklift. The pilots continue. The invoices are real. End transmission.